into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Yespa Premium Storage.
The cool, clean, and secure.
This is Sammy Dixon at the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. If you haven't had a chance to come see our new state-of-the-art showroom, then there's no better time than right now. While you're here, take advantage of huge savings on new Ford trucks. Get more than $10,000 off on select new F-150s while they last. You must hurry. They're going fast. Over $10,000 off on the best-selling truck in America for 39 straight years. You can also take advantage of money-saving, low interest rates on new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Our new bigger showroom means more inventory, and that means bigger savings for you. Come to the house at Good Serviceville and buy from Mike Butch Ford, and we'll give you 5 free oil changes following 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop the search. Call the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
And good morning. You're listening to WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Good morning. Butch Hubbard here with you Thursday morning, 14th day of April. It is 8 o'clock. Well, we got kind of cloudy skies today, 60% chance of scattered showers here, there, and yonder throughout the day. The Alabama Harbor levels at 12 feet and falling. Currently in southeast Georgia, we have 59 degrees. Once again, high today is going to be right around 65 in overcast today. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. Oh, Bob, we've got some actors in here this morning.
Yeah, Jason.
And we're not talking about politicians either.
We won't go there. Yeah, Jason Martin here with the drama department. Got a special event coming up next weekend, Thursday through Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And Jason, just turn over to you. You have some students here that are going to be in the play, so tell us what's taking place.
We have our annual spring production coming up next week. We always do a big play in the spring that's fun for us and fun for the community. We got a comedy this year, which is kind of the strength of our department, and one that a genre we've been wanting to get back to for a while. The community always supports us well, and we appreciate that. So we have a comedy this year entitled One Wife Too Many by Tony Howell.
I can identify with that.
Well, it actually builds off of a quote from the famous playwright Oscar Wilde, and he had a quote in which he said, bigamy is having one wife too many, and monogamy is the same thing. So it kind of builds off of that. But the situation here is that you have a man who's a TV star. His name's James Holden, and he is just returning from his honeymoon with his fourth wife. But it turns out that his first wife didn't really die in the avalanche 5 years ago, and his second wife didn't file the divorce papers properly, and the third wife didn't sign the annulment papers, and so he ends up married to 4 women at the same time and having to try to straighten out that mess. In addition, he's trying to audition for the role of a wife on the TV show he's about to start filming. And the third wife was a girl from Vegas. It was a wild night in Vegas, and they thought they got it annulled, but turns out she's now dating a mob boss who has decided he wants to arrange his own annulment. Has shown up with his goons and guns and ready to take care of business. So it's one of those stories where everything goes a little crazy, and you've got people running around trying to keep secrets from other people and trying to straighten out a big mess. And of course, it all ends up fine at the end, and a lot of fun had throughout the whole story. So it's something I think the community will get a good laugh out of. We'll be, again, like Bob said, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. That's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Show starts at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $7 available at the door. So we hope everybody will come out and support us as they always do. It'll be a fun night. Show lasts about an hour and a half. It's not a very long show, but one that will keep you laughing the whole time.
Good. It sounds fun.
It does sound fun, I hope. Got several students here. Yeah. This is actually one of the largest casts I've done in a while. We've got 21 people on stage, 16 or 17 backstage. So it's a large group. So I had to be kind of choosy in who I could bring. I didn't want to fill up your room here.
Okay.
So I brought 4 who are some of the main characters, and I'll let them introduce themselves and their characters in just a moment. We'll start off with the guy who plays James Holden, the man who is in the big mess with all the wives, and that is Wesley Peebles.
Okay, Wesley, good morning. I'm gonna get your mic way up here. Say good morning again.
Good morning.
All right, what grade you in?
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade. And tell us how long you've been in the acting drama department here at Wayne County High School.
Well, I've been involved in drama since my 9th grade year, doing lights and sound backstage, but I started acting on stage my junior year.
Oh, okay. Well, good. And you enjoying it?
I love it.
You just love it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. So what character do you play?
James Holden.
So you're the main guy, huh?
Yeah.
So you're the one with 4 wives.
I am.
Boy, what a role you've got here. You got a lot of different lines to learn and different ways to interact with all your different wives, right?
Oh, yeah. It gets a little rough, and got my best friend coming up to help me, and I got a pushy agent and auditioning wives, and it gets really crazy.
Oh, boy. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Y'all putting a lot of hours in practicing, aren't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, getting it all ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who are your parents?
My parents are Harry and Susan Peebles.
Okay. All right. Well, let's come on with the next actor up. Come on up.
Bring up Bailey Ruley. Bailey's been with me for 4 years, and she is playing the current wife.
The new wife.
The fourth wife, Alicia, and here she is.
Hi.
Hi. And you're 12th grade again?
Yes, sir.
I thought all y'all seniors, right?
One sophomore.
One sophomore. Okay. All right, Bailey, really good. And tell us about your character.
She's Alicia. She's kind of a bad attitude. She's just wants James because he's famous, really.
Oh, just going for the old fame, huh?
That's right.
Okay. And who are your parents?
Fleur Ruley and Brian Ruley.
And now you've been involved, as you mentioned, all 4 years, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You really enjoy the acting. You got the bug in you. Do you want to continue after graduation, or do
Probably some in college.
Okay. Do you have plans for college yet?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to do?
I'm gonna go to Coastal in the fall.
Coastal. Okay. Well,
In
good.
Brunswick, yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Next.
Our third person here is playing Alicia's best friend, Mitzi, and this is Reese Smith. She's also been with me for 4 years. And she's doing a great job playing a really crazy character. She's sort of that best friend who's always going to stick up for Alicia, but she's also a little bit uncouth and brash, but that can work out to be a good thing.
All right. Tell us about your character. Just to go into how you're getting into the role.
Kind of just get dragged into everything.
Oh, do you? Just dragged in, huh? Having to come out of town to save your friend, right?
Not very smart at all. She kind of just goes with whatever she says.
Now, do you get to interact with the other 3 wives?
Not really with the other wives as much. Well, one of them.
I interact very heavily with one of the wives.
Oh, okay. Do you?
She's got to defend Alicia. She's
kind of fight her a little bit.
All right.
So.
And you're a senior this year, right?
Yes, sir.
And your parents?
Melissa and Dale Smith.
Okay. Well, good. Thanks for coming up.
All right. We actually have 3 fight scenes in this play.
Oh, with 3 fight scenes?
Fight scenes are actually about the hardest thing to direct. You have to choreograph it like a dance.
I'm sure.
We've got quite a bit going on. 2 smaller fight scenes. One fight scene's got like 13 people in it, so it's big.
Oh,
it's a lot of action, a lot of fun. It's a lot more physical of a play than we've done in a while. And then the final student I brought with me is our lone sophomore here today. This is Savannah Pear. She plays the first wife who everybody thought died in an avalanche 5 years ago, but isn't really dead. And she plays Velvet Taylor.
What, you've been on ice for the last 5 years?
Yeah, it's really complicated. I just kind of pop back up and shake up James's life.
Slightly. I mean, what are they? I don't want to give away the play. We'll find out how you were missing for 5 years when we see the play.
Talk about that.
Okay.
How you were missing for 5 years. About how you didn't die in the avalanche.
Oh yeah, I didn't die in the avalanche. I was found by Tibetan monks, but I was in a coma. And then the government decided I needed to stay there because I was a spy.
So it's the communist fault.
Okay. And so is this your first year or second year of being in the drama department at Wayne County?
This is my second year.
Second year. And you really enjoy it, right?
I love it.
You just love acting, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who are your parents?
Kelly and Dwayne Floyd.
Okay. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
I said I couldn't bring everybody. I brought the main characters that I could.
Okay.
But we've got 21. It's a big group, and I've got a huge group of seniors this year. I've got 12 in display, probably 15 or 16 total in the program that will be graduating. So it's been a very strong group that I've had for years. I've loved working with them. I've got great ones coming up behind, just like Savannah and many others that are in 9th, 10th, or 11th grade that will be with me continuing on. We've got a great program, and that comes from the support of the community as well as the talent of the students. We appreciate all that the community does, coming out every year and supporting us, enjoying the plays, and we're going to continue on with that.
And once again, the play is going to, the name of the play and where and when and all that.
It's One Wife Too Many by Tony Howell. Will be performed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. That's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of April at 7 o'clock at Wayne County High School. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Seats are first come, first serve. Tickets cost $7. You can get them in advance from any cast or crew member or from the front office of the high school, or you can pick them up at the door. One thing we are going to ask, because of the way the set is designed this year, we're going to ask that everyone try to sit as close to the center of the auditorium as possible so that you don't have a blocked view.
Okay.
We have a rather elaborate set, and there are parts that kind of stick out and would block your view if you're sitting off on the sides.
Right. Sit in the middle.
Sit in the middle.
Okay. Well, I know these students are just anxious to get to school and get to learn in there. Aren't y'all kids? Are y'all ready to just get to school? You want to hang around some more?
I'm sure they would talk about anything you wanted them to talk about.
That's right. Well, we can hang around some more, but we've got some more guests coming in. We've got the owners of the new Piggly Wiggly coming in to Jessup, and they're out there in the green room right now getting ready to come on there, and we look forward to welcoming them here to our community.
Of course we do.
And we just look forward to seeing the play next week.
Okay, we hope everybody will come out. We look forward to seeing you all there.
Okay, all right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. We'll continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in just a minute. It looks amazing. The all-new remodeled Sears Hometown store here in Jessup. Come to the grand opening celebration event of your all-new remodeled Sears Hometown store this Friday and Saturday, April 15th and 16th. Get great deals both days with America's top 10 selling major appliances up to 25% off. Plus, get an extra 10% off on almost everything throughout the store. Get free pizza from Gooey's Pizza for lunch Friday at Sears. Come to the all-new remodeled Sears Hometown store in Jessup on South 1st Street and save big this Friday and Saturday.
At 1 hour, we know how important it is for you to be comfortable in your home.
AC acting up? Could be time to replace it. Call today for your AC replacement.
Always on time, but you don't pay. At 1 hour, we know how important it is for you to be comfortable in your home.
AC acting up? Could be time to replace it. Call today for your AC replacement.
Always on time, but you don't pay.
Call your local 1 hour dealer here in Jessup at 912-559-2912 to schedule now.
I'm out there talking to our guest out there in the green room, and next thing you know, we have dead air here, and that's the worst thing you can have on radio. All right, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, and we'll continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show on this Thursday morning, 14th day of April. And Bob, some very special guests in this morning.
Yeah, as we reported, what was it, last week? I guess it was last week. Taste of Wayne, they made the big announcement. Piggly Wiggly come to Jessup, met the owners at the event. Jody Evans had a lot to do with it. Jody, I'm going to let you start first. It's your building. You've been doing your best to try to fill the building. So just start with the story of how you were able to find Piggly Wiggly to come to Jessup, Wayne County. I know it's been a long adventure.
Well, thank y'all, and thank you for having us here this morning. We are just so excited to have Piggly Wiggly come into town. I think it is the best opportunity in the world for our community, not only because of the quality and kind of the store it's going to be and the time and thought that's gone into making it special for Jessup, but also because of the people sitting next to me, the owners of the Piggly Wiggly, who have already invested big in our community and will be significantly invested. And they're not only investing their money, but they're investing their spirit and their hearts, and they're the kind of people we want here. They're all about community, all about becoming a community partner. And I think the more and more that they spend time here, the more we'll see that with not only their grocery store, their personality, their whole philosophy about the way to do business. So they are going to anchor the old former Cherry Street Plaza, which we have renamed the Cherry Street City Center. And the big sign.
Cherry Street City Center?
Cherry Street City
You
Center.
made it fun for us radio people when we do the ads.
Yes,
you were thinking of us. We're going to mess up them there at the radio station.
The Cherry Street name is so precious to all of us local folks, and so we wanted to keep that, but we wanted to update it just a little bit to match the building.
Okay.
And y'all know since the summer we've been working on total renovation of the building, and Jonathan Overholt is the contractor on that, Overholt Construction, and they have just been true partners as well in the whole process. And we couldn't be more proud of the building, its location, the way it's looking. There's still a lot to do with it. There's a lot of construction going on. The landscaping and all will be done, shooting for the end of this month. So local contractors doing that as well. And then the build out for the pig is going on right now as hard as it can, because that is an extensive build out, because it's been 8-9 years since when Dixie left, and it was completely gutted in there. So it is a very large process they've got going on. But we are so excited about the store, and I can't wait for Ashley and Missy to tell y'all more about it, but it is going to be a great store for this community.
Ashley and Missy, that's the question.
I'm so glad you reminded me of that,
Everybody wants to know, how do we get in it? We've been looking for one for years, and we finally have one. How do we land this?
Well, it all comes back to relationships, I think, and I want to thank Cameron Mattingly. He is a good friend of ours. He is from Liberty County originally, but they live here in Wayne County now. His wife is Shauna Bullock Mattingly, who is a good friend of mine that I graduated with, and Cameron works for Coca-Cola. And Cameron called on Ashley and Missy at their other stores, and like we all will do, because it's so easy to do, he not only called on them, but he became great friends with them. And they have a mutual respect for each other. And he came to me and said, you need to talk to these people. And so within a week, we had talked, and Ashley and I probably talked, every time we talked on the phone, we probably talked an hour, and quickly we met, and they began researching and studying this community and meeting the people. And everywhere we went, I didn't have to tell them how much our community wanted a grocery store, because everywhere we went, people didn't know who they were. I just introduced them as my friends, and people would, when are we getting a grocery store? Are we getting a grocery store? Are we getting a grocery store? So they heard it themselves every time they came. And so really the community sold itself on this project.
We're going to turn over to Ashley. Ashley, like I said, I got to meet you at the Taste of Wayne event. It was fun to talk to you. Like I said, I told you how excited this community is to have a grocery store. It's been a long time coming. You seem to be excited. You have the stores in other locations as well. Is that correct? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, how you got involved in Piggly Wiggly, what stores you own, things like that.
Okay. And first off, Bob, thank you. And thank you, Butch, for having us.
Love to have you.
And thank you, Jody, for the kind words. That means a lot. First off, it's hard to believe this story goes back to last August. That's when I first initially spoke with Jody. So we've been working very hard. It probably does. We've been working very hard on this project, and we've been put on the spot by a lot of people from Jessup in different locations, as far as down at the coast to St. Simons, even in Savannah, Georgia. Anybody we run across from Jessup that they find out we own a couple of grocery stores, they're on our heels wanting us to come to Jessup. So there's definitely a demand and a need in Jessup, and we're going to do our best to fulfill that need. First off, I'll introduce myself. I'm Ashley Thompson, and I've got my wife here with me, Missy.
Hello.
Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Missy.
Good morning.
We're proud parents of a son that's actually going to graduate May the 15th from Pinewood in Belleville. So that's
yeah, we've got a few students from Wayne County there.
Absolutely. But we actually are from Pembroke, Georgia, small town about an hour from here. And we got into the grocery business about 6 years ago. Bought a store there.
Were you
right outside of
involved with
Pembroke.
it any type of way before when you were growing up or anything? Like, when I was in high school up until I became a senior, I bagged grocery stock shelves and all that for grocery stores. And then I got in the radio business when I was senior year.
I was in the retail business before,
Okay.
On a smaller scale, but we've owned several businesses in the past.
All right.
So the business mentality is there, just we had to learn a new aspect.
And folks need to know that Piggly Wigglies are locally owned and operated. They're like franchises in a sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And you can franchise with different Piggly Wigglies, but we are with Piggly Wiggly Carolina Company,
Okay.
which is now owned by CNS Wholesale, which is one of the largest wholesale distributors in the country.
Yeah, I remember when their big headquarters was in Vidalia many moons ago.
That's right.
I managed a radio station in McRae, Georgia, and Piggly Wiggly was our largest advertiser. And I had to go. I went and called on them in Vidalia, which was good because only about 45 minutes away.
That's right. That's right. Well, their corporate headquarters are in New Hampshire now.
Right.
But we want to bring a store to Jessup that maybe some of the needs aren't being met. That you absolutely get full service, special orders, and you can actually speak to us, speak to the owner, speak to our management team, and folks that really care about what the customers desire. You don't have to wait on going down a list of management per se to get approval on bringing in special items. We can make that call. We're going to have a full line of meat, full deli and bakery, and it's going to be great. It really is. I've got to meet a lot of people. Missy and I did at the Taste of Wayne. We really enjoyed that event.
Yeah, that was nice.
It really was, and we're looking forward to meeting everybody else in the community.
Well, we talked to him when he made the announcement the other day about Piggly Wiggly coming to town. I said, if it's like the Piggly Wigglies that I've been involved with here in the state of Georgia, in terms of dealing with advertising in South Carolina, and also as a customer, you get the advantage of a large chain in terms of the low prices and the full and the selection and all that, but you get that hometown personal service that seems to be forgotten in so many grocery store chains today.
Absolutely. In the larger scale stores, it is forgotten. In the small independents, the smaller folks like us, that's what we build our business on, is service, and we have to have that. The freshest meats, best produce. We've looked at stores, Butch, all over the Southeast here in the last 6 months, and Jody's accompanied us on several trips. We don't want to copycat anyone. We want to build something special to Jessup, and it's going to be a nice store. It really is. We don't want to give away too many surprises.
No,
but it's going to be special to the community.
How about the projection date? That's what everybody wants to know. We got to.
How do they get involved?
That's another thing. We don't want to give that surprise away either.
Okay, I'm just asking. I got to ask these questions.
I'm
gotta ask him. He's the news director.
I'm gonna say we're 5 to 6 months out.
Okay.
If we come in sooner, then that's great. I'd really like to come back on the show with you guys.
Oh yeah,
when we get closer, maybe a couple of times, kind of set up a job fair at some point.
Right.
To answer that question.
How many projected employees would you have, full-time, part-time?
Full-time, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 part-time, probably.
Okay.
And it could be more. It's definitely going to be more in the beginning, because we really don't know what to expect.
Right.
We've done some projections. We kind of got an idea, and we got a safe volume we're looking to do. But if it exceeds that, then obviously we're going to need to have some extra folks on hand.
Are you going to hire a in-town manager to run the store, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're going to try to hire as many in-town and local folks from Jessup and Wayne County as we can.
Okay. Because y'all where are your other locations of your Piggly Wigglies?
We have one, and it's outside of Pembroke, like I mentioned, but it's actually a Ellabelle address. It's in the Black Creek community.
Okay.
You may be familiar with the Black Creek Golf Course. It's about a mile from there.
Okay.
And we also have a store. A lot of people from Jessup go down to Shellman's Bluff and Contentment and places like that. We have one on Highway 17 in Alonia.
Okay, well, good. So you got those couple of stores. With having this will be your third store, then you would have that local manager who would be your day in, day out. But y'all will be in town quite often, also.
Absolutely. We're probably going to be here every day for for the first 3 to 6 months of opening, I'm sure.
Okay.
And not only we will have local management over the store, but we will also have local department heads as well. And obviously we can't, everybody that works there, obviously we may not be able to fill all positions from Jessup or Wayne County, but we're gonna do as much as we can.
Okay, sounds good.
We're very excited.
And
thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
And Jody, you've got that whole building full. You gonna announce what else is coming in that building right now, or are you gonna wait on that?
Well, I need to clarify that. I don't have everything full, but all the spaces we've marketed are filled. Once we were sort of holding out for the announcement to be made because the remaining spaces become a lot more valuable when you announce an anchor like Piggly Wiggly. So it was worth the patience on that. So we're getting. I've got the marketing materials almost ready to go out. I've kind of, after Taste of Wayne, we've been on a few trips with the kids spring break, and my husband and I just got back last night from Nashville, Tennessee, and we just have taken a little time to rest and enjoy everything, and we're about to kick our heels up and start working on filling those remaining spaces. But what we do have, we of course have the iGirls, 007 Eyes, who's already open in the center, and that's Dr. Creslin Brooks, who's a local optometrist who's come back home. And that facility, if you've not seen it, the whole philosophy of having a fine facility and having the service to match it started right there. Our first tenant exemplifies that fully.
So they're out of the double wide, now inside your
They're out of the house, she called it, and in the store, and it is beautiful, and we're very, very proud of that. And then on the other end, we'll have Ranchero's Fresh Grill coming, and that is going to be a great addition to our community as well. It's a different concept. It is not, they don't call themselves a Mexican restaurant. They call themselves a fresh grill, and it's an entirely different concept and flow from anything we have here in Jessup already.
Now, is that a franchise?
It is. Okay. It is. And
where are the owners from?
The owner of the Ranchero's label is from Douglas, Georgia, and the owners who will be opening this store have run the store in Waycross for a little over 7 years. Okay. And they're a married couple as well coming, so it will be very, very well run. He said he was less concerned, the owner said he was less concerned about the Jessup store doing well than how the store in Waycross was going to be when they left. So that they're that kind of people. So we do have a few more spaces, Bob, one smaller space and two large spaces to the left of the anchor spot, which we'll be marketing very soon.
Is Piggly Wiggly, y'all going to the same square? They're going to the same square footage as when Dixie did.
It's actually going to be a little smaller footprint.
Okay. Gives her more space to rent out, though.
Absolutely. It works out a little better for Jody. It's going to be a smaller footprint, but it's definitely still going to be large enough to meet all the needs of Jessup.
Yep.
But it is really and truly, grocery stores these days, it's almost a burden. They've gotten so big, it's almost a burden. If you want a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread, you feel like it takes you an hour to do it. And, we want to be small enough that we can still operate and be profitable. We want to be large enough to meet the community's needs. And I think we found that happy medium space. And I'd definitely like to thank Cameron as well before we leave. He's a good friend of mine, and he had a lot to do with making this deal happen.
Okay, well, good. You hadn't said much down there.
Just listening.
Just listening. So, what's your involvement as the part owner here of it, and the wife of the owner? Are y'all like split it 50-50, or she have 80 and you 20?
It's 50-50, but it's really 100 her.
That's right. You know what it is when you're married. You know what, mine is yours, and what
I just show up where she tells me to be. She's my social director.
I'm the social director.
You're the social director, huh? What do you do at the stores?
Anything.
Anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm mainly the bookwork person and get everybody straight. But,
okay. You look after the money.
I will get in there and stock shelves if I've got to.
Yeah.
But the money is the main thing.
The money, you got to keep it straight. You got to, do everything, make the payroll, pay the bills, and
we kind of think out of each other. I mean, we just kind of go together, Ashley and I. So
we can think alike, and things he's not thinking about, then I might have it, or vice versa.
Mhm.
So we work
It's a
well
great
together.
team.
We really do. To be husband and wife, we're together all the time. But
The grocery store
Some
business,
kind of way it works.
some way, the grocery store business is a very demanding business.
Yes, sir.
And y'all must like it because you're expanding into
and
your
this is
third
going to be the
store.
biggest one so far
Yeah.
that we will have. So I'm super excited. They don't want me to say much because I'm just so excited.
You're just so excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be so beautiful in that store. I'm excited. That's
We
what's
look
so
forward
fun
to
to me
having
is
y'all here, and I'm glad that it's a Piggly Wiggly. People talk about other franchises and so forth, and I was happy to see it was a Piggly Wiggly because my dealings with Piggly Wiggly for the last 40 years has been, a great hometown service. The type of service was when I was in high school in the late 60s and early 70s, bagging groceries and talking shelves, and had that personal service at the supermarkets here in town. And we used to have 4 here in town, and then we're down to 2. Now it'll be 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, we're excited, man. We can't wait. We wish we could open tomorrow, but
Now, how's the Piggly Wiggly Corporation help y'all?
well, actually, they number one, we pay for that name and that brand. That's the most important aspect.
Right.
Piggly Wiggly has a great reputation, have phenomenal products, and pretty much they handle all of our warehousing, all of our shipping. Now we have control over our ad, what we place in our ad, and the prices that we dictate. But primarily, they set a base ad, and they go to bat for us. Their buyers do, shopping down prices,
Right.
trying to get as many truckload deals and warehouse deals as they can, so that we can be competitive in the market and pass on savings to the consumer. And at the end of the day, service means a lot, but still you may have the best service, but you still got to be in line on price.
Yeah, and people don't realize how small the markup there is in supermarkets. I mean, it's a very thin profit margin, so you have to do a lot of volume. And so it's good to have those buyers from a large corporation giving you that opportunity to sell locally at very competitive prices.
It's probably the lowest markup retail business known to man.
Mm-hmm.
And when you factor in spoilage and dating issues, it's very easy to lose money in the grocery business. But we've got some great help, and you guys will see that. We've got some tremendous help, and it's gonna work out.
Well, good. Bob?
Just, I know Jody helped attract you, but I'm sure it was nice to get a warm welcome from everybody in Wayne County.
Absolutely.
The IDA, the mayor, I know the city manager, Mike, you met all those people, all welcoming you.
We've met with Jody numerous times, kind of incognito over the last 6 months, and obviously we spend all day in Jessup. We've got to eat, so we're out at restaurants every time we've been with Jody, and people didn't know who we were, but they would still hit Jody up about what's coming to the plaza, which is now the city center. What's coming to the building? Can you get a grocery store? When are you going to get a grocery store? So we've just been sitting back and listening, and it's been overwhelming for us to hear that every time we're in town. And we had a great warm welcome at the Taste of Wayne, and we will be there. We'll be attending from here on out. You can count on that because we really enjoyed it.
Good.
And everybody we've come across in Jessup, they seem to be happy, very happy. And we're going to do our best and our due diligence to fulfill their needs and give them a reason to stay happy.
And Jody?
We've got a team of leadership now in Wayne County, I think, that we can be proud of. And at the drop of a hat, with no notice, you can call them. You can call up Mike Deal or David Earl or Dale or any of them, really, wherever you want to start. You can call them up and you can say, I got some people coming to town this afternoon. I need to bring them to see y'all. And you know that when that door is open, they're going to make a great impression, a unified impression. And I think that's so important. And, we've had a couple meetings with them and specifically those 3 because we tried to keep it as secretive as we could for as long as we could. And, they just could not get they're very, very accommodating. It's very easy to work with the city of Jessup on getting things done and getting things done in a timely manner. And David Earl did a great job of introducing them at the Taste of Wayne, and his enthusiasm, and David Earl and Dale, having come from the grocery business themselves, as a family-owned business, I think have a great appreciation for what they're bringing to the table, as opposed to some other directions we could have gone in. And so it's just been a great team. That team is going to continue to work together on this store and on future projects. And I also want to say that really we have had some faith in this project, us personally as developers and these folks, from some local banks that have really stepped up and said, we believe in this project and we are willing to take a risk on all of you.
I think it's safe to point out who they are. I won't call any names, but absolutely first and foremost, First Southern Bank.
I would definitely say Ginger Proudfoot for sure. Yeah,
and
love Miss Ginger.
And Heritage Bank. They're great partners, and they definitely had a lot to do with making this deal happen.
It's just nice that was a team effort. Like I said, Jody talked to me several times about how many people got on board, and said, and like I said, you saw everywhere you went. When we get heard, I mean, it's been something that people have wanted for quite some time. Absolutely. I mean, we're talking years, and like I see, Dale Keith, IDA director, got on board quickly. As soon as he found out this project was a possibility, jumped on board and got in there and helped out. So it's just good to see a good community-wide effort, as Jody mentioned, city, county, everybody working together to try to bring what the residents wanted for a long time, and that's a grocery store to Wayne County. So everybody's excited. Can't wait for it to open. Like I said, can't wait to have y'all more talk about, like I said, job fairs, things like that, because that's what it is too, bringing jobs to Wayne County. That's a great thing. People are always looking for jobs, and it'll be fun to see that part of town thriving again. And they used to be there for years with Winn-Dixie and all that, and people keep forgetting, Winn-Dixie was making money. They had to leave due to crunching numbers that, everybody was upset. Yeah, so that was sad to see them go because it was a thriving store when it left. So it's good to see a store come back, and like I said, everybody's excited. Glad you're here. Glad that Jody was able to renovate that building, and hats off to you for all the work that's been done. And then overhaul, as you mentioned, Johnson, this company did a great job. It looks fantastic, and it's going to be a great thing when it comes.
Absolutely.
When it opens up.
And just on the construction on the building from the beginning until we get done with these build outs. I mean, you're talking about probably over 100 jobs just on the contractors, subcontractors, the majority of which are local. So it's a great boost for our community.
Yeah, it's great. Again, great to meet you. To take you, Wayne. Looking forward to working with you. Can't wait for y'all to be here.
Great to meet you guys. Thanks for having us. We'll come back on again if you will have us. Definitely. And we will at that time maybe we can nail down a date, set up a job fair, try to get some employees in line, and remember this is the 100-year anniversary of Piggly Wiggly.
Oh wow!
Which was the very first full service or self-service grocery store. So it was back in 1916.
Wow.
And that date comes around September, I believe. So there's going to be a lot of great things. There's going to be a lot of great things and a lot of great pricing.
Okay, sounds great. All right, thanks for coming in, and good luck with your business venture here in Jessup, and welcome to Wayne County. All right, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street in downtown Jessup, across from the Heritage Bank, and also brought to you by Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. All right, it's 8:38, coming your way in a couple of minutes. Your weather forecast. Stay tuned.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our skilled technicians can help with any air conditioning need. From repairs and tune